I don't know. For some reason, those little spinny orbs of light are giving me extreme deja vu. Before we hop into this review of Chapter 3 of Four Knights of the Apocalypse, please do me a favor, leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let's hop right into it. What's up guys, I got the pencil here, and here we are to review Chapter 3 of Four Knights of the Apocalypse, Clues of the Father. Now, here's the thing. This chapter opens up with something interesting. It gives us more information. So, this monstrous wolf, this gigantic beast, apparently, these nightmarish monsters have been appearing in other villages too. So, one, I like the world's connected still. There's still a lot of trade between villages, and they all know of each other's happenings. But two, they're talking about this being a bad omen, and I don't know, bad omen, Arthur going nuts, that does seem like a pretty bad omen, considering he's the king of chaos right now. He could kind of do whatever he wants if he really wants to, so I'm intrigued. I don't know about y'all, but it makes me wonder, the Black Knight called this guy his familiar, so was this like something he conjured up, or was this something that he just summoned, and then put the tag on it to see through him? I'm wondering, because I don't know, seems interesting to me, because if he conjured it up, that means, ooh, some people are getting creation powers. Or if he just summoned it, then I'm wondering where he's summoning this from, because this looks like a regular wolf. The demon mark on it was just a way for the knight to see through it, like see through its eyes. So it seems like it's a natural occurring thing, because it doesn't instantly fade away or die or disappear. So it's a really interesting start. And of course, I like seeing Donnie getting bandaged up and being a hero, all that good stuff. This entire second part of the chapter is just really, really awkward. Like, the only interesting part that comes out of the second part is the idea that, oh, Tristan's wounds didn't, like, heal, like, fully just disappear. They're there. They're deep scars, and apparently they go all the way through his back. But he's chilling. He's vibing. So, I don't know. I'm leaning towards the idea that that man maybe have something else. Because I feel like if they're going all the way through his back, he really shouldn't have lived. But that may just be me, who knows, maybe I'm a bit stupid, maybe Percival would live that. And yeah, this entire part's awkward. To day one, I've said it, and I'll say it again, Nakaba can't do ecchi. It's just weird. It's just weird, especially considering what characters we have here. It's just weird. And the fact that they're both revealed to be 16 in the chapter, disgusting. Disgusting, Nakaba. Why? This is nasty. Stop this. Come on now. At least in the no, because Elizabeth was underage too. So stop it, Nakaba. I don't know what the obsession with this is. Golly gee willikers, man. But we see he's the savior of the village. Everyone's happy, celebrating. We get the fact that they're all 16, and darn, like, am I tripping? Or were 16-year-olds not supposed to be that big in the case of Donnie? Like, how my man got growth. And oh, this is just a minor like spit take off the top of my head, because I already noted how he kind of looks like Hauser, and then I saw the black hair. Could this be Hauser and Gila's kid? I don't know why I'm saying that, because there's really nothing else. I mean, you could argue the fact that he can levitate things is similar to Hauser's tornado ability, and the fact that explosion would just be like the non-tangible part of it that would show up throughout. But I don't know. Maybe that's just similar to design philosophies once again, because someone pointed out in the comments that Elba literally just looks like Elaine and Diane fused together, but I doubt that has any correlation. But I feel like the black hair, the same two hair fringes up front, that gives me very much Hauser vibe, but the black hair gives me Gila vibes, and I know they had like a good friendly relationship at the end of Seven Deadly Sins, and a lot of time has passed. Apparently 16 years worth, if Donnie's actually 16. But, oh, that's weird. How old is Katz? I wonder how old Katz is. I don't think we get that in this chapter. I hope he's not 16 too, because like, golly gee, I don't get it. But no, I think it's just those three that are all 16. And Elba freaks out because she was like, y'all know what happened. And I like how Percival is like happily looking on with the kid, like, yeah, make sure you take care of your Gramps. And he just starts asking everyone, where's Ironside? Who's Ironside? I need smoke with Ironside. Come on now, tell me the truth. And then finally, my main man pulls up on the scene. He pulls up off his little flying saucer, hops down and says, hey yo, what's good, kid? You looking good, you're in good shape. I see he did care about his son after all. And I'm assuming this is definitely his conversation that he's had with Ironside, or at least heard about. He may have been there when Ironside was ordered to go execute Balgus and Percival, but I don't know. I like that's a cool note that he actually knows Ironside personally enough to know that Percival is his son, and that he actually may have cared for him. Stuff like that. It's just interesting. It ties characters together despite them never being on screen yet, because it's good character writing to do in my mind. So we see this. He pulls up, instantly slaps just slaps Cat so hard. My man gets bullied, one tap, sent flying. He literally barrels through people because he's a sacred knight or a holy knight. So Pelgar he's on the next level. I am the Knight of Black Pelgar. Yo, I don't know why. I really like his design. I didn't mention at the end of the last chapter. I guess I just didn't get a full visual of it. But like his sort of weird weapon and like the cape and the way the helmet look, everything just looks really, really cool to me. I don't know. I'm really rocking with it. It almost looks like a miniaturized version of Gother's old armor, but like more human size. I like it a lot. I don't know why. And I love how both I'm gonna keep calling him Tristan because Tristan's like supposed to be the main character in my mind. But Percival and Pelgar, like they are on completely different wavelengths, but because they're both of these big, larger than life characters. Like neither of them really care what the other's saying, but the moment they realize that they are not on the same page, they instantly hop to "let's run smoke," and I love it because you can see that Pelgar obviously has the upper hand from Rip, and he knows that, and he's so impressed, like, "Hey, yo, kid, you really want to run this fade barehanded?" And then Percival just runs up and starts punching him, and Pelgar's impressed because he's like, "Hey, yo, this kid really is just pushing me back, and I'm in this gigantic armor." But then he's like, "All right, let me just not mess around," and he instantly socks him. But Percival takes it. I'll give him that, and he says, "Hey, yo, you say you want to win and get information on your dad. When I win, I'm taking you along with me." And then he swings on him with the weapon. But shout outs to Percival, my man caught the weapon, sprung off of it, and then began punching again, like no hesitation. Barrage. Of course, Pelgar's like, "Bro, I'm literally in armor. You have regular human fists. Hold on, let me grab you by the face real quick." And he does. And like you can see, Percival starts swinging on him, but Pelgar's taking him remotely seriously now, so he can't do anything. And then Pelgar's like, maybe not. Maybe you're not as cool as I thought you were. You don't even have magic, bro. Hold on, let me body bag you real quick." He puts the weapon down, and it sinks into the earth, which is impressive. And he just instantly pops him in the side. And we see the little wolf. So I'm guessing this wolf may not have been connected to Pelgar, because the way he's looking at it, he seems like a little bit more intrigued with Percival rather than anything dealing with Pelgar. And he also seems to comment, like, there's a little text bubble when the wolf sees Percival awaken his magic. And we see the magic. And that's the thing. Chapter ends, interesting note, this magic. However, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I have no idea what this was. It looks like light magic. I'm going to keep saying it. It does look explicitly like light magic, because it doesn't have the same text colorations that Nakaba typically uses when he's drawing water. At the same time, while it is more flowy and water-like than regular light magic that we've seen before, this could obviously just be a diluted variation of it. Because we know Percival still is, for the most part, human, because he doesn't have goddess wings. But we can see, like I mentioned all the way back in chapter 1, his dad, Ironside, wields those same light crosses that Ludishell used to wield. And seeing Percival awaken light magic like this wouldn't be too surprising. And he awakened it under stress, which is the interesting thing. So I'm guessing that may be how magic awakens in this world, just through pure stress and maybe training. Because Percival pops up and he smacks Pelgar with it, and it sends him flying. So this is obviously a decent amp for Percival. But my questions remain here. 1, why is Pelgar torturing people now? Is this just because he's evil? I don't know. I feel like Pelgar has the potential to be a super interesting character just because of his personality and the way he does tie into the relationship with Ironside that Percival is so interested in, and the way that he establishes his dominance over Percival. Because one thing I was worried when this fight began was that, Holy Knights are going to be fodder again, off rip. However, no, he does just completely manhandle Percival the moment he gets serious, and I like that. And I also just like his personality. I feel like his big bombastic nature about, I like everyone, whether they're women or men. If they're strong, they're strong. And I respect that. I want smoke with everybody. But at the same time, he's willing to honor Percival's thing. He's like, sure, kid, if you do beat me, I'll tell you about your dad, but I know you ain't gonna do that. So I'm just gonna beat you up till you relent, and I'll take you with me. All this really interesting stuff. I like Pelgar a lot off what little I have of him, and I would like to actually see more of his magic power. I hope it's not just the summoning thing. But I think we're in an interesting spot, but we don't necessarily have enough information to really speculate. The only reason I could even say anything is just I think it's light magic that's been diluted by Percival's human blood, because it's much more like flowing, and like it's weird to describe, but usually when you saw light magic in the original Seven Deadly Sins, you saw that it was very much locked. It was usually in those sharp shapes, the ones that Ironside were wielding, but this could just be a fact that Percival's freshly awakening it, and thusly he doesn't have much control over how it's functioning and flowing out of his body. And I don't know, we were talking in the last comment section how Percival could be a demon because of the way he physically fights, a lot stronger than most, and how his growth seems physically stunted. Because he is 16, just like Donnie and Elba and them, but he's way smaller than them. He does look like a kid. So that either may be because of the fact he was raised on God's finger with less oxygen, and or the fact that he has some other type of biology within him. And I could see that very easily being God's biology, because when you see Percival awaken his magic, it awakens in a bright flash too. Like he glows, everything blinds everybody, and then boom, he's wielding the two little spears around him. And I don't know, we're in an interesting spot right now, because we're going to obviously see a more even battle between Pelgar and Percival, at least for the start of the chapter. I could still very easily see Pelgar winning, because Pelgar didn't use his magic either. He was sort of just doing fisticuffs with Percival, and the moment he took Percival seriously, he just manhandled him. So while Percival's awakening of his magic is a nice, cool little plot point, I don't think it's going to do enough, and I could definitely see Percival needing to figure another way to disable Pelgar rather than just fist fighting him purely. If Percival wins from freshly awakening his magic, I mean, I kind of don't want Pelgar to get bullied like that, though. I just like Pelgar a lot. But yeah, that's really all the interesting stuff I can really say and get from this chapter. Because while a decent amount of stuff happens, like we get Elba talking about how Percival would be a great holy knight, we get Donnie and the entire village talking about how, oh, this could possibly be a bad omen, what's with all these monsters appearing everywhere. The main focal point of the chapter is obviously Pelgar popping up, landing, swagging on everybody, smacking up everybody, and then Percival awakening his magic. It's good stuff, but we're in slow burn. A lot of we've been talking about this a lot in the previous comment section, where Nakaba, instead of like throwing us into the thick of things immediately like he did with Seven Deadly Sins, he sort of he technically did throw us right into the thick of things. Ironside showed up, killed Balgus, and sent Percival on his journey, but we're on a slow burn to where we're not going to get much information at all. So we're mainly just going chapter by chapter, picking up whatever little pieces we can get and theorizing. And I'm fine with that. Now that I know that this is what we're doing, I can rock with it, I can lean with it, and we're doing pretty darn good. I'm intrigued to see where this could go. And I've just noticed this on one of the pages. We see that on Pelgar's armor, he has a little swirly symbol, and I don't know. Like I said, it seems like he's wielding demon magic or dark magic. So I don't know. Could that be a demon mark? He is also described to be wearing black armor. So, I don't know. I could very easily see my boy pulling up with this different kind of dark magic fighting Percival's light magic, and it seems interesting. The only other interesting thing I have to note before I end the review is that Pelgar notes that, oh, you don't have any magic, but you're Ironside's son. Interesting. I'll still raise you up, though. And I feel like that's an interesting thing to note, because that must mean that Ironside is like a prevalent magic user, which makes sense. He didn't do much like hand-to-hand fighting when he first showed up. He literally just kept pointing his fingers and the light crosses kept firing out. So I'm intrigued. I really want to see where this is going, in the sense of what will Pelgar do? Will Pelgar stay like an early endgame boss for Percival, where he's going to try to beat him now, fail, and Pelgar's going to get away, and then he's going to have to come back and try to defeat Pelgar later for more information? I can definitely see that happening. I wouldn't mind Pelgar being this sort of mini boss along the way, because I'm assuming like the big final boss for this little season 1 or this first major arc would likely be Ironside, and if not, I don't know who. So I wouldn't mind it being Pelgar being this sort of recurring villain that keeps showing up, especially since it's already established that, unlike the Seven Deadly Sins, Percival isn't really that strong. Percival nor his group. He's stronger than the average person, just like they are, but he's not strong enough to contest with Holy Knights. So I am intrigued. But what do you guys think about this chapter? I think it's pretty solid. It's just that entire Elba part throws me off in the beginning. Like, we open up with a really interesting first page, and we hop into that really weird, like, 6 pages, so this chapter drops like a 7 because of that mainly. But I love Pelgar's personality. I like the fight. I like the dynamic between Percival and Pelgar. I like the awakening of Tristan's magic. I like the hypothetical possibility that he is part goddess or has access to some sort of light magic or whatever kind of magic. Maybe this is just a new way Nakaba draws water, but I like that. What do you guys think Percival's magic is? Where do you think we're going with this series? What do you think Pelgar's standing in the series is going to be? Do you think he's going to get mollywop next chapter? Or do you think we're actually going to get a long-standing villain early on? Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.